Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome, welcome. My name is Georgia. So, we are going to do a recap and review of Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 10, titled Wish Upon a Star Factory. And, guys, this is the season finale. So, we have to consider ourselves, lucky because usually when the first season of a reality show, they only usually give us 8 episodes, and they actually gave us 10. And if you're counting the two-part reunion, I'm not sure if it's two-part or not, then we have a total of 12 episodes. So that is good, I think. So we let's get into the review. So we start off where we left off, of course, in episode 9, where we have Brandon and his mom, having a session with the therapist. And we had it where Brandon kind of broke down. He got emotional when his mom told him that, when she reached out to him and he doesn't respond, then she's like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother because she's tried so many times. And I believe the therapist asked the mom, what does she want to do? She says she will keep trying. And then she goes to Brandon and asks him, okay, how do you feel about, talking to your mom every day if that's what you want? He's like, well, I could go without talking to her for days. And I'm like, all right, so Brandon is the problem. He's saying he wants to communicate more with his mom, but then when it's brought up, he's saying he's fine with not communicating more with his mom. That's what I got from it, unless I understood it wrong. So the therapist told him, like, listen, this communication or lack of it that you have with your mother, it's going to trickle over into your marriage, or trickle down into your marriage. And it's going to affect your daughters as well. So it's something that you need to work on. So he, he thought about it, and then he agreed with her. They made plans to have more sessions going forward. And then the therapist ended the session where his mom reached him for a hug, and he went in for the hug. So, baby steps, as they say. They're trying. So he promised to communicate more. Now we have Kristina, and she is doing an influencer event with Harper Ray, which is the jewelry brand that her and Kobe were supposed to collaborate on. Now they had some problems with, where Kobe was fine with collaborating and Kristina was no. This is my event. This is my gig, I should say, and or my business venture. Therefore, no, we're not collaborating. And this is when they got into the argument at the roller skating rink, and Brandon said what he said about Kobe. So now we have Kristina doing an event at the store. It's a beautiful store. The setup, the jewelry is beautiful. Maybe I'm being biased because pink is one of my favorite colors, but I just love the way the setup was done. I like the way the ladies had on their cute little outfits and stuff like that. So she came in, she met with Jillian, the owner, and Jillian is walking her through and, just pointing out things that I guess she wanted to get covered while they had the event. Then we have the ladies coming one by one. We have Kobe coming, greeted Kristina very nicely with a warm hug. Because remember, in episode 9, we were wondering, when they had the talk at the fireside, if that was really genuine. So here we are, still making baby steps, trying to get back to a good place. So Kobe came in, and they, hugged and greeted each other. Then we have Latoya coming. Of course, we see Lakita, Bravo's wife, and also Chelsea, one of the Chelseas. I keep forgetting who she belongs to. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. Whose friend she is, but I think that was Kristina's friend, Chelsea. Maybe by season 2 I'll get it more, but we're still in season 1. We're getting to know everybody. So they told her that the place looked nice. The place was jumping. They had a lot of influencers there. People actually came out, and the event seemed to be a success. Of course, they have to give us some camera time. They're talking about how everything was good. We have Latoya saying that maybe in the future you guys could actually collab on something. And we have Kobe going in the confessional like, Latoya, we're just trying to get back to a good place right now. Maybe you just need to, not say anything. Let's let me and Kristina talk. We have Kristina still talking a little bit. She's like, okay, Latoya, you need to stop now because Latoya is still going in with the collaboration. And the ladies both agree, Kristina and Kobe both agree that they need to get to a better place before they could even think about moving to that space. So that's where we left the ladies. Now we have Kristina and Brandon. They're at the Studio Star Factory and it's the day before the showcase. So Brandon says, he doesn't believe in just showing up and performing. You got to come and you got to give it, your all. You got to practice and stuff before you actually go up on stage. So then we have his artist come in, Nija. But I believe, I'm not quite sure, but I think the guy that was actually there with Kristina and Brandon, I believe it's Nigel's fiance, from what I'm understanding. When she walked in the room, I think he said, "Here comes my future wife," or something to that. That's what I heard. Did you guys see that as well? But she comes in and she's like, "You want me to just go in and sing?" And she starts singing. Of course, Kristina goes in the confessional and give her feedback. She says she's a little bit out of breath. You could tell she's not been practicing. She sounds okay. She could have a little bit better stage presence, but that will come with time and she needs to practice before the showcase. So they're looking forward to the showcase, and that's that little bit they gave us regarding that. Now we have Colby and Russell and they're going for a walk. Colby says she needs to actually get with an exercise regimen, but it looked like Colby just need the exercise regimen just to keep it toned, girl, because you look good. So according to Russell, he's like, she doesn't want to come work out with me, but I do want her to work out. So going for this walk is a way to get her moving. He's like, just keep moving and we'll be okay. Side note, that's a beautiful dog, by the way. That dog is nice. So then they go for a walk and he said he's giving her an update on what's going on with the gym. So it seems like the money person, the accountant, or whoever handles the finance for the gym cannot be found. So he said he's going to walk away from this business venture because it just seems like something's not right. So he's not going to bother. Kristina thanks him for, Colby thanks him for the update. And then she goes in a confession. She said, if you had brought your wife in from the get-go, then all of this waste of time could have been avoided. Of course, she didn't say it to him while they were walking, but she goes in the confessional and she said that. Now she said that, I'm happy that you're actually keeping me posted. You're keeping me updated, and I like that. That's how we should be. So we got to stay locked in. And she said for that to happen, I think it's a good idea if we go to couples therapy. She says she doesn't want to be, she appreciates that he's communicating more, but it could be better. She doesn't want to be blindsided anymore as far as everything, because she said, you're taking classes, you're going to divinity school without talking to me, you're moving on business ventures, and I just feel like I wasn't part of this marriage the way it was moving. So he says, just so I understand you, and then he goes in and summarizes it, and she's like, yes. And he's like, fine, let's go to couples therapy together. So that was Colby and Russell, conversation and taking a walk. Now we have Dr. Latoya. Why do I keep saying Letitia? Dr. Latoya and Anthony. And I believe they're in their backyard and they're warming up because I believe one of their sons have practice. So they're warming up and getting ready to go to practice. The other kids are playing around. They're just, getting ready to go. And Latoya and Anthony agree that they're in a good space and they want to keep it that way. He said until they started hanging out with the couples, he didn't realize that, other couples weren't going through problems similar to them. So it feels good to have other couples to bounce ideas off and to talk about things and so on. And Dr. Latoya told him, I wish you would tell me more of what you want from me, because I felt blindsided when we were on the boat ride and you said that you didn't feel supported. So she's like, I need you to communicate more. And even if you think it's going to be a difficult conversation, I need you to come to me and tell me more of what you want from me. And of course, Anthony tried to be playful, talk about, girl, you know what I want. We all know what this when they say it like that. So she's like, stop playing. And he was like, oh, you mean communication. So yeah, that was a quick little scene with Dr. Latoya Anthony in their backyard. And then they gathered the kids and went off to practice. Now we have the day of the showcase. And the showcase is called One Dope Showcase. The crowd came out though. I must say, I don't know if it was all 25 of those artists and their friends and family that filled up the place, but the crowd came out. So we have Brandon giving a pep talk to the artist, and then we have Kristina asking, so where's Nyjah? So Nyjah now is coming in. She looks beautiful, by the way. And she come and talk about it's hot. So Brandon's like, what, girl? You better go represent no matter if it's 105 degrees out here. You better bring it. I'm like, damn. All right. So she's like, where's the stage? I'm like, Nyjah, girl, you didn't scan the room or the outside because it seemed like it's on the outside in the courtyard. You didn't scan the courtyard when you came in to see who's who. You were just looking down at the ground and stepping pretty just so you won't fall in your heels. But you look cute though, girl. So he gave them the pep talk. He gave her the pep talk as well. He's like, you're the star of today. Everybody basically came out to see you. So make sure you bring it. Make sure you represent Star Factory and bring it. So the other ladies, I think they were there already. Everybody showed up. Most of them were wearing green. I love that Kelly green dress that Dr. Latoya was wearing. I see that she wears a lot of green. So that's her color, it seems. But Kelly green looks good on you, girl, with the gold accessories. They came in, they got their spot. Kristina put them in a nice spot so they could see everything. And then, they just chop it up and so on and so forth. Then we have Brandon saying that, our reputation is on the line. So therefore, Nyjah, you need to bring it. Now we see Lyrique comes in. And Brandon's like, I thought I told Anthony that Lyrique could not judge. What the heck is he doing here? And why was Lyrique traveling with bodyguards? I don't know who this man is, but maybe he is a big deal in Detroit. But he had 2 bodyguards with him, and they were looking like, yeah, try something. He comes in, he walks right by Brandon and greets Anthony with a hug. Now you see Kristina behind Brandon playing with her hair, and you see that little smirk on her face. Then we have a clip that production brought in where we have Brandon having a conversation with Kristina. He's like, I know you know this guy before me. Did he ever try to push up on you or anything like that? And Kristina was like, kind of, yeah. He kind of like have a crush on me. And he kind of pushed up on me. I think more happened, girl. The way that girl was twisting her hair. You know how it is what we do when we want to get all flirty. I mean, your husband is standing right there. What are you doing? So I think more happened between Kristina and Lyrique, or Sean, as she called him. Like, she know his whole government name. I think they may have had a relationship before Brandon came along. So Lyrique greeted Anthony. Brandon standing right there. Brandon felt uncomfortable. Bodyguards came kind of close to him, like, do something. So he kind of walked away, which I think he should not have. And I think that Kristina should have made it a point to pull Brandon closer to her. Like, yeah, this is who I'm with. This is my husband. Acknowledge him. That's what that pull closer would have told Lyrique. So now we have the showcase starting. And at some point, we see Brandon and Kristina get back together. I think she went over to him or whatever, and she's like, can I, take off my shoes? Do you think I could take off my heels and put on my sneakers? Because I need to be comfortable. And Brandon says, girl, image over everything. I think you should keep your shoes on. But at some point, we see where she had the sneakers on. So she did take it off eventually. He told her, image over everything. Your representation, he's like, representation is key. You're representing me, so keep the shoes on for now. All right, like I said, the showcase start. We have the artist comes up. People were actually into it, and the artists there were bringing it. Some of them we didn't get to see in detail, but the ones that they did focus on was bringing it. So now at one point, we have Kristina and Brandon standing together, but I think one of his artists was on stage. I think at this point it was Nyjah on stage. So he leaves from besides Kristina to go on stage to go hype up his artist. And at that very second, Lyric takes the opportunity to swoop in and have a conversation with Kristina, or more of a deeper conversation. He's telling her, you should be the one up there, and I think you should give me a chance to produce one song for you. So at that time now, we have Brandon walk back over, and they're still not acknowledging him. He's having a conversation with Kristina, with the man, with her husband standing right there, Lyric is. And I think Kristina kind of leaned in towards Brandon. He said, can I get permission to actually do one song with your wife or with Kristina, or so on and so forth? And he's like, I don't know. The way people are talking about you poaching clients, people coming back to me and telling me that that you could do more for them than I can. I don't know about that. So Lyric was like, I don't know where that is coming from, because I never told anybody that. We could actually meet later and chop it up and have a conversation regarding that. So I'm assuming now we're going to see Lyric in season 2, because like I said, this is the season finale. So he and Brandon need to actually address that. So it's okay if he comes back. I don't mind. We have Colby watching everything going on in the confessional. She's like, who is that Kristina keeps talking to? The second time I see her talking to Mr. Braids. And she over there kikiing. Like, we saw the body language. The same thing Colby saw, we saw on camera. She over there kikiing, and her husband is right here. Who is Mr. Braid? So, okay, I guess we're going to address that in season 2 as well. So, Kristina tells Larry, yeah, I'll do a song with you. And I felt like, okay, your husband is right there. He's a producer. But then to Lyric's point, when he told Anthony, he says that Brandon has a diamond sitting right there. Why isn't he pushing his wife's career? So I guess we'll find out more, because it was a surprise to us when we found out that Kristina could sing. And she could sing because they gave us a snippet. So she could sing. So why is really Brandon not pushing her to do more? All right. While they were actually having a conversation, Brandon has an artist on stage, the young lady in the red hair, red. So that was Brandon. And she's like, let me give it up to my producer, Brandon. Brandon over there. Brandon is not even acknowledging him, because he's focused on what Lyric is saying to his wife. He didn't even hear his artist in the background trying to hype him up. But all right, we leave them there after he got the okay to do the song. And she's like, okay, Sean. And he was like, you know how far we go back, because nobody called me by my name like that. And then he tells Brandon, I got seniority, because apparently he's known Kristina longer. All right, somehow that scene ended. Now we have the 3 couples come together in a corner. 4, I should say. I'm lying. 4 couples. We have Bravo and his wife. Let me get her name right, because I know we're going to see her again next season. So let me make sure I get her name right. So we have Kristina and Brandon. We have Colby and Russell. We have Latoya and Anthony. And we have Brandon and Lakita. Yes, they all get together and they're saying how, the showcase turned out nice. The season actually turned out nice. They like the fact that they have this new group of friends that, or they're coming together more. They're meshing together well, and they think it's a nice circle of people to be around. And they feel that moving forward, they'll build an even better friendship. We have Russell saying, come on, let's say a prayer. I like the fact that they keep God centered in this reality TV franchise right here. Their main focus is God. Everybody always brings out God. We have Kristina bring out the Bible every morning. We have them praying on camera. We have making sure that they say it's all because of God why everything is possible. Anthony's always saying that. And I just like the fact that they make sure that God is present in here. That's something you don't see on television, on reality TV. They always say don't mix the church and whatever, but I think it's important to bring it forward, because it's important to give thanks. So I like, that's one of my main things I like about this franchise, Detroit. They bring God and make God the center of everything. So they go in and they tell us what they expect to happen going forward. And they just say there's a new term that I learned today. I didn't know there was such a name. She said, going forward, we won't have any bull junk. What is a bull junk? I've never heard that unless they made up that. So they said they're the movers and shakers of Detroit. There's no doubt. And they're gonna do big things moving forward. So it was really good to see. It was a good series. I know some people are trashing it on social media, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. I enjoy getting to know all the couples, and I know there is more to come. The reunion, Carlos King is going to be doing the reunion, and they're going to address some of the things that we saw over the season, such as Brandon calling Kobe a Kobe cat. They're addressing the fact that they think that Kristina is putting on for the camera and she's not being genuine, because we had Latoya told her stop being fake. So we're going to see all that happen, and we're going to see Anthony and I believe Kristina go at it a little bit because they were trying to mess up people's friendship and relationships, business relationship, and all of that. But yeah, looking forward to the reunion as well. It was a beautiful season, and I know there will be a season 2. There better be, because it's a good show. Anyway, guys, I thank you for watching, listening to my review of Love and Marriage Detroit Season 1, Episode 10, titled Wish Upon a Star Factory. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I do review other reality TV shows. Share this video if you wish. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.